Hi, my name is Dan Romano, and today I'll be talking about animal testing. So what is animal testing? Animal testing is the use of non-human animals in experiments that seek to control the variables that affect the behavior or biology system under a study. And I try to explain why it's wrong. So animal testing is cruel, inhumane, and it's no longer necessary due to new advances in technology. And it's not even always accurate when we do it. So why it's cruel and inhumane? Studies show that animals are able to experience fear, distress, loneliness, love, and pain. They're forced to be used in surgeries and experiments that leave them infected with viruses and psychologically traumatized. And they're seen to be able to suffer from same diseases or mental afflictions as us, such as depression, anxiety, and when they're in these experiments, they suffer hair loss and other things. They've been seen biting themselves and pulling their own hair out because they're so stressed. The laboratories themselves are not good conditions. They're in dark, locked cages or rooms the whole time, and during the experiments, they're burned, poisoned, isolated, starved, drowned, and on medications, they're forced to be addicted to the drugs that are being tested, and they end up with brain damage. So the new sciences that allow us to do something different is called like an organ on a chip, and this is a huge advance in technology. It's eventually going to be considered a human on a chip, so we're going to be able to do every single organ and everything else. It's no bigger than a business card, but it's extremely effective, and it changes the way products are being tested for toxicity and anything harmful to humans. The idea is that there's a bunch of cells that are put onto a chip that you can test, and it can adequately replace the need for animal testing. And then there's the psychological chip, which is the same thing, except it mimics brain functions instead of organ functions. And then we have epiderm and episkin, which is grown in test tubes, and it's layered together, so it mimics human skin, and you can test other products that, such as makeups or lotions and things like that, on that episkin. And then there's bacteria-based tests, which are performed on common microbes such as salmonella, and can be used to assess whether chemicals can damage DNA and see if there's cancer risks in the products. The inaccuracy in animal testing is reliable 70% of the time, so 30% of the time it's not even true. And then some examples that they said that were safe on animals, so they tried them on humans but ended up being harmful: Vioxx, Serestat, Maxipose, Zendra, Lotrifiban, Gavistanol, Nimodipan, and Clomethazole. I don't know how to say that last one. And so the reason that it's not accurate is because there's different genetic makeups between animals and humans, so when it's tested on animals, you're not really sure if it's going to be the same organs and things that are affected because those genetic makeup aren't the same. But the things that's similar is they still feel the same amount of emotion and pain as a human would, so it's like they're tortured for no reason. Some people will argue that every successful study and experiments are only successful due to testing on animals, and most testing on animals are not relevant to human health because they don't meaningfully contribute to medical advances, and they're just simply done out of curiosity and don't end up working. Another argument is that if we don't test drugs on animals, we're going to have to test them on humans, but that's not true because I showed you that there's these new chips that mimic human function, and they don't have to use animals anymore. Companies are still doing it. And I know that you think like there's not really much we can do about it, but if we just stop buying products that are cruelty used on animals, some of these this is an older picture. A couple of them don't still test on animals. They've moved away from it, but basically don't buy products unless they're listed as being cruelty free, because if not, you're supporting the uses of animal testing. So basically what I'm saying is animal testing, it's morally wrong, it's ethically inhumane, and it's not necessary any longer because we started animal testing in 500 BC, so I don't really think we should trust anything that we were doing back then. It's not really accurate anymore. There's new alternatives that are a lot better, a lot more punctual results. And animal testing it's not accurate, and there's no need to force these innocent animals to suffer, because we're animals too, so we feel the same things as they would, and they're being tortured. And there are alternative products that don't test on animals for everything you need, so you can find a way around animal testing. And that's all. Thank you.
Bravo.